Alright guys, here we go. There's my new brush. Got 4 ounces of Wicked Black, 50% reduced, so got plenty of paint. I seen Greg's video. Like I said, it must be something in the air. Guys are taking on airbrushing. I'm sure mine won't be anything as artistic as Greg's. I'm completely new to this kind of stuff, so I'm kind of basically gonna try and get used to see how the gun works. I'm gonna try some dots and see how fine a line I can get and things like this. So nothing extraordinary. Probably isn't the best place to be working, but until I get an area worked out, I'm gonna tinker here. So here we go. Now I've seen somebody use one of these, this Clips HBS or BCS. I think it's an HBCS. It's kind of funny. I put the reducer in the paint in this bottle and started shaking the hell out of it and realized, or I should say found out, there's a tiny little hole for an air vent in the top of these caps. So needless to say, there was paint everywhere. So my airbrushing hobby got off to an interesting start. So here we go. Okay, air. That seems like a lot of air pressure. I think that's 80 psi. I bought I don't know how well you can see it on here, but right here, this is a moisture trap, and then right above it, there's a little valve that I can adjust the air pressure right at the gun instead of going over to the air compressor and having to do it. So knowing that's set at, I believe, 90, I'm gonna set this at about halfway open, which seems about 2 full turns is all the way open. So I'm gonna screw it back in, and I'm gonna go out 1 full turn. Not a very thin line. Well, that one's a little thinner. I don't know how well you can see it from there. So the thinness is going to depend on how close you are, from what I understand the videos I saw, how close you are to the paper and how much you open the thing up. So even though you can't see it right here, it's yeah, I'd say about a 1/16 line, but then I must have pulled back on the trigger a little bit more and it got wider there. So I'm going to see if I can duplicate that thin line. Well, I can get an extremely fine, pretty fine line, looks like to me. It's Seems like a matter of getting used to holding the gun, getting used to holding the amount of paint in the same spot. I'm going to try a couple dots here. Whoa! That's way more than I wanted. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of getting used to let it kind of soak through a little bit, but kind of a big deal. It's cheap paper. Slowly. Just kind of trying to fog in an area here. Yeah. Get a lot of paint out of there fast. I'm going to try to air pressure down a half a turn. That's my compressor. You know, you can probably hear that on there, but that was my compressor running. I don't know, can't really tell how much paint I've used, but I can't imagine it's all that much. But yeah, it could take hours. I know. It's kind of hard to figure out how to hold this thing comfortably. bigger between the paint and the reducer. I use, this is I have 50% mix in here. I have 2 ounces of Wicked Black. I don't know if I said this already. And 2 ounces of the Wicked 100 reducer. But guess I would agree with Greg. An airbrush holder would be great. I have one on the compressor over there, but that's over there. And I don't know if it would hang off of there with that big jar on there. So yeah, it's hard to last roll is a little better. Still vary in size a bit, but I actually have the probably can't see it, but there's a little tip that actually screws on here to protect the needle. I have that off. Seems if you turn the pressure up to 90, I can get a pretty fine line with it. I mean, 32nd maybe. I guess it's called newsprint or something. I saw, I don't know, one of the many guys that are on YouTube that. This is Jerry from Big J's Garage signing off saying you can get it done if you don't let your meat loaf.